there have been concerns raised around whawhai and violence in Napier bars and the impact these incidents have on our wider community, and of course some positive kaupapa coming out as well. Morena e hoa, kei te pēhea?
Morena, tino pai.
Rawe, it's good to have you back in the studio this morning. It's been a while.
It has been a hot minute.
Oh, you've been hanging out with the rangatahi too much.
Yeah, that's it. just trying to raise my profile with the rangatahi with that. No.
Oh, ka pai. Now, can you bring us up to speed with what police have been seeing recently when it comes to the violence in Ahuriri?
Yeah, ka pai. I thought it's a great kaupapa to have a kōrero about it, especially something that's been implemented. And this implementation is a prevention strategy, and what it is, and some of you may have already seen in the newspaper about the implementation of an increased presence around our bars, specifically the Ahuriri precinct. These teams that have been designated to obviously police these bars not only go to Ahuriri, it will be Heretaunga as well, and Havelock is also. And this team has been, as I said, it's a prevention tool in place that we have, and what it is more so to police the happenings outside of the bars. We believe that the bars themselves are actually doing some really good mahi inside. The security are doing some great work. The issue, though, what we're finding is that it's the stuff that's happening outside of. And so what we look for when we are policing around the precinct is those that are having inu in their waka. That's obviously we there's an alcohol ban in a number of areas around the bar, so that's our job to ensure that there's no sort of loading or drinking in their cars outside of, parking in certain areas that you can't park as well. That's something that we're definitely looking at, and those things such as parking in areas that you can't, that's we can also ticket, and we can also tow your waka away. So these are just things that we're just implementing just to prevent, and we for those that are going out, we want you to have a good time. So unfortunately we have a few bad aporos that will ruin it for the rest of them, so we're just hoping that our increased presence will have a positive impact on everyone's night.
This isn't something new, eh? This is prevention that was instilled a few years ago. So what has the response been like so far from our community? I think a majority of the feedback that we're getting is positive. However, we do get a bit of surprise from some patrons. Obviously seen a high police presence. However, I must say that myself, I work on one of these teams. So when I have a kōrero with people and they're like, "What's going on? Why are you guys here?" Pretty much my response to them is, we're here to ensure you guys have a good night and that you're safe. Yeah, tika. Now, looking beyond this issue, what other areas of mahi have the pirihimana been focused on lately across our rohe?
Aye. So we've just come off a good couple of weeks of celebrating our Matariki events. It started off, it's been a couple of weeks now, so it started off in Waipukaro, so we attended that event there. Successful night. I think it was successful because it didn't rain this year. That was the common sort of kōrero that night was, this is awesome because it's not raining. But no, a fantastic night. Awesome work by Te Tawhina o Tamatea for putting on an awesome event. Then the following week we mahi at Heretaunga on the Friday night, and then Ahuriri on the Saturday night. But I will make special special mention to obviously Ngāti Kahungunu Inc. for Incorporated for putting on an awesome event, for all those nights, and also acknowledge our Māori Wardens as well for the mahi that they put in. Obviously, we were mahi there also, but it couldn't have been a success without obviously the staff of Ngāti Kahungunu and the Māori Wardens that we had on. So but really successful events. Matariki was our big thing for the last couple of weeks. And then just of recent, we assisted Napier Girls staff delivering a program called Love Me Nots.
Yes.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that.
Aye. So Love Me Nots is a program that, as I said, we assist the schools in delivering to the senior students, predominantly the year 13 students. And it's all around about healthy relationships, identifying what a healthy relationship looks like, what an unhealthy relationship looks like. Also, the cycle of abuse, identifying, the red flags you can identify with your partner, and whether it be, domination, intimidation, emotional, psychological and abuse and stuff like that. So, but it's a really good program. So, we went to deliver that at Napier Girls earlier this week. So, really, and the response that we get from the students is a positive one, and
Karawe. No, that's awesome. Just from the top of your mind, if you can, what are some of those flags that you share with them, some of those red flags to identify?
Yeah, I think, great pātai. There's a lot of these, when you talk about relationship abuse and stuff, it doesn't necessarily have to be physical abuse. It can be emotional and psychological as well. So, some of the things that we talk about is intimidation, domination, obsessive behaviour, stalking, and we've spoken about this in previous kōrero around, social media as well. So, what your partner says to you via texting and stuff like that. So those are the sorts of things that, just a number of things to identify early on.
Kia tūpato e te whānau. What's coming up next for you and the team?
For us, we've got our next big thing that we want to sort of work on or work towards is just some, obviously, Te Wiki o te Reo Māori. So that's something that we really like to get around, especially within the police organisation, and really encourage our fellow colleagues to kōrero Māori, and that we're in the planning of doing some strategies and stuff to incorporate reo within the workplace a bit more. So amongst other things, but that's one of the things that we'll be working on.